Okay, I'm going to try to do this as fast as I can. So if I go a little fast, you can always pause if you need to slow down. I want to show you how to take a template and turn that into the skeleton of a website so that when you're done, you're going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, however many pages you want for your website project. And so I'm going to base this off of a site diagram that I've created for a hood to coast website. Now I did some hood to coast running, so I'm going to take that idea and turn it into a website. I've got a site diagram, so let me show you what that looks like. Okay, this is the site diagram that I created, and you'll notice home page is on the top because that's the main landing page, and from the home page you can link to history, training, the route, strategies, your team, image gallery. So that's a very simple site diagram. It's just a two-tier sort of website, and that's all we really need to work on because that's all I need to show you. So I'm going to have a navigation bar that has all of those links that you see there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find I want to find a CSS layout folder. So on my CSS layouts, I've got this 2-column layout that I've created. And so I'm going to open that up. And then let's take a look at this. And I'm just going to open this in Chrome. And let's take a look at what this website looks like. As it's just a template. Notice there's just one page there. And you can see I've got, there's a navigation bar here. I got sidebar over here. I'm going to change the nav bar. I just dropped a CSS Max design site in there for it. And we're going to craft all this. But at this point, I have all the structure I need for a website layout. And that's funny. We'll have to fix that little weird jog there. We'll do that later because you don't need your CSS to work exactly, have it perfect to get this working. But we do need kind of a good site going. And so we need all the structure that we need. So let's open this up in Notepad++ just to see that we've got everything set up here. So I'm going to move this Notepad++ page here. And you look here, we've got our doc type. It's HTML5. I've linked to my layout or all my style sheets, which you've seen. I've got my wrapper, my header, 2-column. And what you really want to do is make sure that there's no errors on this page. So the first thing I'm going to do is run this through the validator. And probably the quickest way to do it is view page source, highlight everything you see there and copy, and then go to validator.w3.org. And this will find out if you have any errors in your markup. So I paste that in there, I click check, and as long as it's green, now I have 2 errors. So now I got to figure out what my errors are, and I want to fix those. Link element between head and body. Don't know how that happened. Might have accidentally dragged it. So let's go fix that right now. So I go into here and head and body. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Funky. All right, well, we move that over. Hit enter. All right, I'm going to copy everything from here and put that into the validator and make sure that works. See, isn't it good that I caught that before I made my website? So before I made the skeleton, I want to make sure I don't have any errors. So good, I've got it green, it's passed. Okay, so I know I don't have any glaring errors, and then I hit refresh. It shouldn't really display any differently on here as it did before, although I don't see that little jog anymore. So, go figure. All right, so that's good. I have everything I need. I've got kind of just basic navigation bar. Let me undo whatever I did there. So oh wait, no, I don't want to do that. I thought I had accidentally moved something here. So I've got my 2-column layout. It looks good. Now I want a website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close this file. And I want all the files in here. So I'm just going to copy everything. Images, general, index. I don't even have anything in images, but I might as well copy it anyway because I'm probably going to add some later. So what I want to do is go to my main root folder, wherever I'm going to put my website project. So in here is my student folder. I'm going to create a new one, and we'll call it Hood to Coast Website Project. Whatever. You name it something that you can find. All my students need to give it a name of their topic or a name that says website. And you're just going to right-click and paste all those files in. So now if I double-click on index, it should open it. Here we go on YouTube. Oh, look, there's my channel. And so let's take a look at it. In YouTube or on Chrome, and there it is on Chrome. Got my sidebar. Notice that I opened it. Oh, this isn't. Oh, I see. This is in Internet Explorer. So that's what it looks like in Internet Explorer. You notice there's no different color on this side here, so I'm going to need to fix that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close that window here. But at least I know in my folder I've got that file. So what I want to do now is I'm going to open. Now, see, notice what I did here. I moved all my files into the folder, and I know I'm looking in that folder title there. So I'm going to right-click and edit this with Notepad++. Okay, I know WordPress has their famous 5-minute install. I'm going to call this my famous 5-minute create a website skeleton. Okay, so first of all, we're going to zero in on our navigation bar. We're going to make some changes here. Okay, we have a link to the home page, and it says home, and the page is index.html, and we're on index.html. So this link is going to work. And so what we want to do now is make changes to our other pages. So what I want to do is refer to this site diagram. So you notice there's a home page, there's one on history, training, the route, strategies, your team, image gallery. I might pull image gallery out and just focus on these others just for time's sake. Maybe later on I can add it. Anyway, so notice the names of these pages are only 1 or 2 words, and that's what it should look like in a navigation bar. So let's keep it simple. So page 1 is now going to be history. And you can decide to capitalize or not capitalize if you like non-capitalized web navigation bar titles. Now the first thing you notice, what I type in here is what it displays on the page because it's in my hyperlink. And then what I put in the href is the name of the web page. No, I have not created a page called history.html. I will in a moment. So this is kind of like the chicken versus the egg. I could create all of my pages first and then add all my tags and get everything to link. Or I can get all my links set up on my template and then use it to create all my pages. That's the egg coming first. So we have history. Let's take a look. We need training, the route. So I'm going to just type in here training, the route. And so let's change the pound sign, training.html. Uh-oh, I didn't capitalize one, but did capitalize the other. I'm going to capitalize them all. And home, too. Hey, be consistent. Whatever you do, just be consistent. Just gonna, now, my file names, I just keep lowercase because I do that on all my file names all the time. So now I have more links I need to create. So I'm just going to copy this line of code. Notice how I started here. I'm going to right-click, copy, and I'm going to do Control-V to paste. So we got the route, strategies, your team. So I'm just going to do it that way, strategies. And just change route to strategies. And then your team. And if I want to do image gallery, I could do that. So I'm just going to call it team. So history, training, route, strategies, team. Save my changes. Another thing we should do, we're almost ready to make our web pages, but we have this title that says 2-column layout. Well, this is going to be my Hood to Coast website, so I'm going to call it, a beginner's guide to Hood to Coast. And then website tagline. So just a little tagline about what it is. It's called A Guide to the Greatest Relay Race of All Time. So there's my tagline. I'm going to want that tagline on every page. I want the title on every page. And then we're going to make a couple modifications in just a moment. So what I want to do is I want to save my changes and launch it. And we'll go back to Chrome again. And let's see what this looks like in Chrome. And there it is. See, Beginner's Guide to Hood to Coast, Guide to the Greatest Relay Race of All Time, Home, History, Training, the Route, Strategies, your team. Now, if I click on one of these links, oh, it's not found. Okay. That's because I haven't created those pages. Remember, we did the egg first. But this is going to be our egg to make all of our pages. However, we're going to do one last step, and that is, let's make sure there are no errors. I could have introduced an error when I did that. So I'm going to copy all of my tags. I'm going to go back to the validator, wherever that validator may be. Oh, we'll just go here. Oh, there it is. Highlight everything, delete, paste, check. Revalidate. That, we're good. We are ready to now create our page. Now comes the 5-minute part. I talked a lot, so I don't know if we can do it in 5 minutes. Okay, so homepage works. All right, so let's do this. What we want to do is, this is a file name, and we need a file called history.html. It's going to use everything that's the same on this template. That's why it's called a template, because you're using one template to create everything. So then I just choose File, Save As. I should be in my Hood to Coast website folder, and file name's highlighted, so I'm just going to right-click, paste over that. See, it'll say history.html, save my changes. Now, I'm going to add a little piece here. I'm going to put, copy that. But just add Hood to Coast history. There we go. And do the same thing here. And I save my changes. At this point, can you see how this is going to work out? So I did history. I'm on history. I'm going to right-click on training, copy training.html. Choose File. Do Save As. Oh, look, there's history right there. And I paste over history with training, and I click Save. Now I've just created training, and we got to fix it. So I'm going to double-click there, Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste on both the title tag and our header 1. Save my change. Now let's just see how this is coming out at this point. So I'm going to hit refresh. You always got to hit refresh. Click home. We're at home. History. See, it says history. Training. Says training. Okay, so we just need to do it for the route, strategies, and the team. So let's we just continue this the way it goes. And now you can see that it's not that hard. So you copy the file name with the .html. File. Save as. You get the routine, right? Paste it, save the route. So I double click to copy all of that. Double click here, I paste there, double click there, paste there, save my changes. That's the route, strategies. Don't forget to get all of the file name, including the .html. If you make a mistake on here, then it's all over, pal. Anyway, so no, it's not. You can fix just about anything. So we're on strategies. Copy, paste. The nice thing is, see that colon there? I never had to type that out again. So think smart and be lazy, because you can do both, and you can have your cake and eat it too. Which, how could you eat something that's not yours? Oh, I suppose it could be someone else's cake. Anyway, so I'm going through, I'm saving as, pasting all my stuff, and your team, my team, your team. And we just go in here, paste, double click, paste, save your changes, minimize your file, go to whatever browser you're testing on, hit refresh. Don't forget refresh. Actually, the refresh wouldn't really matter. Strategies, your team, the route. I can jump around. Bam, 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 bam. Go all over. Test this sucker out. Hey, if you did your tags right from the beginning, everything will be correct. If something's broken, then you have the problem of how do you fix it all, and then you'd have to go in and do that. Okay, but there you have it. I have a skeleton of a website now. Let's look at our folder at this point and see what we got. Look at that. History, index, and route, strategies, team, training. There's our skeleton of a website. Now what remains to be done is to go in here, and you can just highlight it all. Choose Edit with Notepad++, Text Wrangler, whatever you use. Now you can see all of your different files, and you can jump into any one of these and make a change. So you might go in here, and instead of content section, change it to whatever that's about. And you're going to go in and make changes to that. All right, I hope that is a great way. I hope you can save some time doing it this way. I found that this is my quickest way. Find and replace. Thank you.